everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to welcome all the VWay employees to Aashayein, which is Life After Cancer. It's a social initiative by 4-Base Care for the special cause. But before starting the event, let me introduce myself. I'm Jaitri, psycho-oncologist at 4-Base Care. I'll be your host for today's event. So, before starting the session, let's welcome our guest today, which is really the walking symbol of hope, our breast cancer survivor, Mrs. Sheenu Jacob. And I kindly request Dr. Rahul, Manager of Patient Care and Engagement Vertical, to welcome her with a small gift. Today we have with us our COO, Mr. Kshitij Rishi. And our teammate, Mrs. Vinita. And Mr. Anjan Kumar. Over the past 5 years, 4-Base Care has worked towards the purpose of providing the best solution for the cancer patients for having the better quality of life by providing the most accessible and affordable genomic solutions. And today we are here to mark our 5th anniversary celebration, and before starting this, we want to start the session with a special cause by inviting you all for today's event, which is Aashayein, the Life After Cancer. So, let me tell a few words about Aashayein, the Life After Cancer. Basically, this is a patient care and engagement offline activity to raise awareness about enhancing the early detection of cancer, the importance of genomic testing, and also the importance of multiple allied services as well, and also the complications that the patients and the caregivers, they basically undergo during and their post-cancer treatment. So yes, welcome all again to the Aashayein, our event for this from Patient Care and Engagement Vertical, everyone. And we also believe that this Aashayein, this event is really going to help us all to make a huge difference in the lives of cancer patients, and we welcome you all to be a part of this journey. Before starting the session, I request our CEO, Mr. Kshitij Rishi, so that sir, you can help us to understand how the precision oncology has transformed in India across Asia as well over this last 5 years. Over to you, sir.
Thanks. I'll probably take it. Thanks everyone. Thanks for coming here. Thanks for joining online. And again, congratulations to everyone. We are starting this event on our 5-year anniversary. We registered the company in May 2018. Now it's May 2023 is coming up. So it's a 5-year celebration, and thanks again to I'll start with why we started the company and the whole idea of what 4-Base Care is. I'll maybe take 5 minutes, not longer. Was to give the cancer patients the best chance at fighting this disease. And the whole idea was that Hitesh and I, we co-founded it. We were researchers in our first job, and we realized that cancer is a disease of the DNA, and we need to figure out how can we manage this disease better, how can we help the oncologists manage this disease better, how can we help the patients manage this disease better. And that has been the basis of what 4-Base Care has been doing throughout. So the first solution, or the first set of solutions that we created, were again targeting DNA or understanding the DNA better, where we again fortunately became the first company from the Asia Pacific region to be selected by Illumina for their accelerator program. And I know most of you have been participating and creating these products, but that's where we actually did our first massive research in genomic side, and we understood the nitty-gritties of the molecular profiles in DNA and RNA of more than 1500 plus tumors, and launched again on 15th August 2021 the world's first cancer panel, which was based on Indian cancer mutation profiles, which we call targeted disease. Through this and other panels, we've been supporting oncologists in identifying the best treatment possibilities for various patients. One of them is with us, but I also want to showcase a couple of these things, a couple of patients who we were able to help through our solutions. So this was one of the patients who, again, some of you have seen these slides, but one of the patients who was from Bangladesh, who was on standard of care treatment for almost 1 year, and he was not responding, the cancer was growing, and the doctor, that's when the doctor decided to come to us. We did our whole analysis, all of you, and one of the reasons we are doing this activity here is not just about us talking about ourselves, but us to also show to our team where your work is making a difference, not just in the slides, but actually in real life. So one of the reasons of us doing this Aashayein event, apart from awareness, what Jayatri mentioned, that awareness about what technologies the patient can use. Cancer is not a word which is scary or a death warrant kind of thing. It's just another disease which needs to be managed better. And to manage and understand the disease better, there are now technologies available and even drugs available which can help the patient. So the whole objective of Aashayein as an event is to create awareness both outside and within the team that we are working towards this, we are fighting this dreaded disease, but we are also succeeding in some battles. So those are some of the things that we want to come up with. So this patient unfortunately was not responding, and that's when the doctor decided to work with us. We gave a report, the doctor gave a treatment based on our report, and within 2 months the cancer had reduced significantly, and within 6 months the patient was almost cancer free. So there was another patient, and this was very aggressive kind of a cancer, it was pancreatic cancer, where the patient was given 3 months to survive in October 2021. From October 2021. The doctors again came to us, and the left side, if you see, was the way the cancer had progressed. But in January 2022, after the recommendations that we had given, the PET scans showed that the cancer had reduced significantly. The patient is still surviving. We actually regularly talk to his son and understand that he is doing very well and is doing super at his work. It's not about just being at home. He's actually doing super at his work, being a senior professional. Then there are other patients, many other patients. The third one which I want to showcase, we recently published his story, was where the doctors were also involved in identifying the drug, which was not even available in India. But the doctors wrote to a pharma company, the pharma company provided the drug in a compassionate basis, and you can actually see the smile behind the mask of this patient. So, and he was very open about his journey. And again, not any of these on the slide. The idea is that we've been helping many patients, but we wanted to understand from someone directly, and that's why thanks again, Sinu ma'am, for coming and wanting to share your story, which will help not just us understand how can we help you better, but also others to understand that cancer is just another disease, it can be fought and won against. So with that, I'll probably pass it back on to you. Thanks.
Thanks a lot, Shiti sir, for your inspiring and enlightening messages. It really defines how Four-Ways Care has really created a very strong impact on the cancer patients and the caregivers during the cancer treatment over the past 5 years. Now, without any delay, we will be moving to the questionnaire session with our chief guest and other panelists. Okay. Anjan, so now today we have Anjan Kumar, Zonal Business Manager from the South team. So Anjan, we are going to start with you. So my first question for Anjan will be that, as per your perception, because you are a very experienced person, that how the genetic testing in India and also in four-based care is unique in certain ways.
Yeah, hi everyone. First of all, thank you so much for this such a nice arranging this event, because it will be very unique, because we are seeing that this kind of what we call the presentation with the patients and sharing their personal perspective and everything will be unique. So first of all, thanks to team who are organizing and doing such a nice event. Okay, as for the question, why we are unique in the market, we can simply say that, see, we started Phobis Care very recently. There are many big leaders in diagnostic industry. There are a couple of decades also here, but still we are performing last couple of years. Okay, and very aggressively we can say that this is our fifth year, but in last 2 to 3 years we are very aggressively moving the market, and we are giving the good inputs about the Phobis Care and how the genetic test is involved and how are the important things like that. Okay, so I think there are a few unique things we can say. Probably I think we don't have much time to discuss all over this thing. Okay, so the firstly, as Shruti said, that the first they launched the NDC. So we can probably say that see, genetic test usually it will be, there are the other diagnostic industry where they have been. It will be the combination of vocational population and Indian. It's a combination. Okay, most of the leaders who are doing this large amount of genetics, they are not doing in India. There are only the limited, hardly we can say this is number 1 to 5. There are those team only is doing the in and out of the test. But we can probably say that we are the obviously first, not only first, we are almost end to end of the genetic test we are doing. So that one we can say probably that. And second, the Indian database panel, you can say that. So one of the company will have that basically Indian database panel. So we are the first to launch that panel, and it will be more predominantly using, and currently this go to the market as well. And second is say that as an whole exome, so there are only limited organizations doing this whole exome. So if you considering this all the things, they are going to be validated through only in a DNA based panel. But we can probably say that we are the, I think we are the first to validate the RNA based, DNA and RNA based whole exome data. Okay, so that will be the form of failure for Phobis Care. Give the valid reason for the team and good understanding the doctors. And there are, earlier there was the day, this genetic test is afford for only for the person who have a financially affordable. Okay, and as the treatment cost and everything, there was a longer time. So genetic testing means there's a middle class and lower middle class and the bottom people. They will be afraid. Instead of cancer, they are afraid of treatment cost and treatment and test cost. Okay, so now we are changing the market, and we have gone through that as per the senior guidelines and as per the agenda of the Phobis Care. We are planning to reach out to this genetic test should not be only for the affordable patient. They should be reach out to all the non-affordable patient as well. Okay, that is the main agenda. It is ethical, and we have to follow that same thing. Okay, so there are the few panels also we are going to be launching. Okay, and there are almost all the doctors is accepting also. So they felt good about the thing, and they'll be using. So this is how we can say that there are the few. It's only a few. We have much more, but certainly these are the few things we can say that they are unique in the market.
Thank you, Anjan, for this amazing answer. Now we will move ahead to Mr. Sheenu Jacob. But before asking the question, let me say a few words about ma'am. That she was diagnosed with breast cancer, left breast cancer in 2020. She underwent multiple cycles of chemotherapy and underwent surgeries as well. And currently in 2023, she is in remission and she is on hormonal therapy. Along with her, we have her son. His name is Alan J. Matthew, right?
Yes.
So he is 16 years old and currently he is studying in class 10. He loves to read a little, he loves to play games more, and also, but he is very close to like his mother. That's the reason today he thought of accompanying her mother to Forbes Care. And so ma'am, we have a few questions from our side. And yeah, so whenever you heard the term like breast cancer survivor, so what do you feel about it? Like what do you feel as a survivor? What is the definition as per your understanding?
Okay, good afternoon everybody. Thank you for inviting me for this event. This is the first time I think I'm talking to this is the first time for me. Okay, as she told, I was diagnosed with left breast, it was called metastatic breast cancer. That is, from the breast, it is spread to my bones. So initially I didn't recognize this one because it has started with a back pain. So I was doing treatment for that and almost 6 months went by the time I understood it was cancer. So then if you as per what you asked me, the survivor, you can call me a survivor, but I'm like a warrior, like as of now, because each day I'm fighting because I've not come out of it fully. Still, each day is a new day God is giving me, and I'm facing it happily, taking whatever challenges come, because it's not an easy thing. Each day you will have a lot, because the treatment is still going on. We have to do a lot of blood tests and all those tests monthly before going to meet the doctor. But anyway, I'm happy that God is strengthening me each day, and I would like to thank since the science is developing so much, there's always a reason, ray of hope is there, because a lot of new medicines are coming up, and I think one of the reasons because of Forbes Care only, because I'm sitting here today, otherwise probably, because since now in 23 again it had started spreading a little more. So then the doctor, I am actually under the treatment of Dr. Saro Jacob, then Vinu Sarthi and Dr. Anupama. I'm taking my treatment from Baptist Hospital in Bangalore. So then there are a team of doctors who suggested me to go for this DNA test so that we can further decide on what treatment can be done. So that's as I say, as she asked me, so the survival story is still going on.
I must say this is very inspiring for all of us, ma'am. The way you state that you are not a survivor, but you are a warrior.
Yeah.
But ma'am, also you mentioned that during the entire course of treatment, you experienced multiple things that were hurting you, probably creating some inhibition within you. So what do you feel? What are those strengths which were helping you to be more resilient the way you are now?
Okay. Actually, frankly speaking, I'm a very shy person who don't interact much. But one thing I can tell you is, after getting diagnosed with this disease, I've become more bold and going out and meeting people, which I was not before. Before I was not a very introvert kind of a person. But that is one positive thing which I have developed now. And then there are a lot of inhibitions were there, like the fears, like what is going to happen and all those things were there. But in this journey, I would like to remember my doctors, the team of doctors, wonderful doctors, whom we can go up with anything. So they are always there supporting us and guiding us as to how it is to happen. So that is what I'd like to tell.
Wonderful answer, ma'am, because here you really emphasized the importance of the entire support system, including the medical fraternity and our family members as well.
Yeah, I'd like to mention all my family members, and in this journey, because after diagnosing with cancer, I got all my lost friends, all my school friends, and all of them got back together. We formed a group, and a lot of wonderful things happened after diagnosing with this disease. So it's a blessing in disguise, at least.
Not only the worst experience and the responses then, but also the best responses also you have you received that time.
Yeah.
And I guess those really helped you a lot to cope.
Yes.
So ma'am, we would like to know more about the side effects. Like we all know that during the cancer treatment, often the patients, they start experiencing certain body image issues, particularly after the chemotherapy, and as also you have received a few cycles of chemotherapy. So did you experience or any sort of body image issues?
Yeah.
Any responses?
Yeah, yes. I had to undergo 8 cycles of chemotherapy. So the first thing, usually when it is chemotherapy, it is your hair loss. So in this journey, I would like to remember my husband, who after the first chemo itself, you can realize that the hair starts falling, and then he came in and he told me that we will shave it. So he did it for me, and so that I remember those days, you know, that it is because of the great family support which I was able to cope up, and lot of extended family who was always there to support. I still remember the days I go for chemotherapy. It used to be like a partying for me, because we used to go and have, my sister-in-law used to accompany me, and it used to be, I mean, there were pain and all that after that, but then it used to be a nice, very happy kind of a feeling. So then the main thing was body, I mean, hair loss is a main thing. But then I took it in a positive way, because that's just another temporary, which your hair will come back again. So that is not a big issue. But then when we go for the treatment, the doctor advised whether if we have wigs available. But then I didn't want to keep all that, because I took it in a positive way, because I used to have long hairs. So when I tell that I want to make it short, they never used to allow me at home. So then this is one way I was able to have a short head. So now nobody asks me to go. So that is one thing which I like to mention now.
I just add on to this one thing. I think we are not interacted much during the thing, because Dr. Saura has called me that you have to take care of this patient for this thing. But initially I got call from Sir, Jacob Sir. Okay, he was more about this thing, understanding how the thing. Then till that time I was aware of this. Jacob Sir is the patient.
Okay.
After he told her, no, this is my wife. I want to see that how this painful or nothing like that. More than curious, Sir was even keep on touching with us with what is the things and how the things and everything, how can we get success regarding this test. I have told only one word, sir, we are there for helping for the other patient. We are not what we call deviating for this patient to that patient. We are treating each and every patient should be the same. If you believe us, what doctors believe, 4 days can be given a prescription, same thing will be given. So you must keep on touching with us with all the things and everything. Then after that, maybe sir, now it's coupled up.
So ma'am, as you said that you have always received a very strong support from your family members and the doctors as well. So we would like to know that when the news of the diagnosis was broken to you, or it was to your family members, and when you got to know about it, how did you react?
I still remember those days, you know, when we went to meet Dr. Saru. So before going to her, we had got the scan reports and MRI, through which we got to know it was this cancer. So when we went, so she referred us to one Dr. Nitya. She's a surgical oncologist there in Baptist. So when she just went through the reports, I remember she asking my husband, should I discuss this in front of her, or will she go aside? So I said, no doctor, you can always be free to discuss this in front of me, because I also want to know what is it going to be. So I think when you know what is going to, because it's our body, so when we take things positively, I think we can battle it better. So as all of us have that feeling, I also felt bad, but then now when we are into it, now there is no other way out of it. So we have to face it, live through it. So each day, that is what I think.
So ma'am, do you want to say that if someone is aware about the diagnosis completely, including the prognosis, it is really going to be helpful for them to plan their, how the journey is going to be, what should I do next. So these steps will be very much useful for the patient if they are already aware about it. Rather than, say that it's not, like sometimes it's not right to disclose the diagnosis only for the caregivers, but also to the patients directly. so that they can plan accordingly. Do you want to mean that?
Yeah, I think that'll be better. It'll be helpful, but again, then it might vary from person to person how everybody takes. We don't know, but at least when you keep them in the loop, na, so probably they will also know. I mean, these days, the younger generation, whoever is there, no, now I think they will take it positively. So they will also know, okay, this is what is going to happen. So they might take. It will be always doing more, giving them more chances. I think that will be. It is good if you discuss. That is what I feel.
And also, ma'am, now what we understood that while interacting with you, that you were completely aware about what treatments you are receiving and when even you need to go for the follow-up, and also you were able to fight this battle very nicely and easily. And that's the reason with all the support system and with your own internal locus of control, I must say, you are sitting here with all of us. So really, ma'am, but I would like to know that. So that time, as Anjan has already spoken, that how you came into touch with 4-base care, but we would like to know from you, how you got to know about it? Your doctors informed or you checked? What was the process?
Yeah, actually, I was on a medication. After my chemotherapy, the next treatment, because I am ERPR positive, so the next treatment was hormone therapy. So I was going through almost 1.5 years. I was going through. I used to take a tablet every day, hormone tablet. But then, along with that, I was advised another medicine called Abimaciclib. It's a foreign drug. So initially I was also very thinking about the cost of the medicine, no, because we didn't know how, because monthly spending so much money was a concern. But then we got to know that there is insurance cover we are getting. So almost then they have this support program where 9 months we buy the medicine and then they will give you free of cost, that much costly drug. So I almost finished that 9 months, and almost 4-5 months I got it free. They delivered it to my house. So I was taking that, and everything was going fine. But then when I went for a PET scan in this February, after it was almost 1 year, I have not done any tests. So when I went in for a test, so it showed some new spreads. It's because the cancerous cells are still there. So it showed some few new steps. So then the doctor said, now we are going to the second round of treatment. The first one probably it is not working out for you. So that is what when she mentioned us that there is something like this, you have to go for a biopsy, UGS ultrasound based biopsy, and then that is how I got to know about 4-base care, because it's a Dr. Saru. So that's how we got to her. And then once I got connected with all of them, especially Vinita, so it was a great experience.
Thanks a lot, ma'am. When we got to know that yes, you are really satisfied because you meet with someone and also all of us. So that's really very rewarding for the entire team, I must say, and the organization. So ma'am, here I would like to know that as now you were a patient once, after that as you said, no, I'm a warrior now. So do you feel that any message, like any suggestion you would like to give for the other cancer patients, probably who are walking in the same journey, or probably who have already started their treatment?
Yeah. I actually now I am into this, so that now I am fighting with it. But whoever is still just entered into this, I'd like to suggest that initially that all the yearly checkups and whatever is there, which we all have to do, no, it's always better that we keep track of all that. And when we find something which is unusual in the body, it's always necessary that we go in for a detailed checkup. Probably in my case, what happened, it was during that COVID season. That was when I was diagnosed with this. Then there were a lot of in those days, a lot of restrictions. That first wave and second wave to go to hospitals. So most of the ladies, we have this okay, we'll postpone things. So that is one drawback which happened from my side. But then now since I am into it, there's no other way. I have to fight it out. But what I suggest is take it positively, because now it is like cancer is not anything, it is just like any other disease. That's what now we think, because there's always a lot of new technologies which has come in, and lot of medicines which are there always to give you a lot of life support. So I suggest to anybody that if at all you are into it, don't worry. There is always a lot of people who are there. Like for example, this 4-way care only. Like a lot of people, doctors are there who's always there, to support you and guide you in the right way. So I think what we have to do, that we, from our side, that is take care of our regular checkups and everything. Whatever is there, we all, when life is going on, all of us are busy. Okay, we don't bother. But when whatever is there, yearly once some body checkups, so whatever is there, it's always advised by everybody to do all that. So then probably that is what I would like to advise.
So ma'am, you wanna suggest what I understood, please correct me if I'm wrong, like the adherence to follow up to the doctors,
Yes.
with specific interval as per the recommendation is highly suggested.
Yeah, yes.
Because you are a warrior, you are a survivor, so your recommendation will be more acceptable than any one of us. I strongly believe that.
Yes.
Okay. So, thanks a lot, ma'am, for answering all these questions.
Thank you.
And we will be coming back to you once again after some time. So, but before that, Vinita. So before asking questions to Vinita, let me introduce myself, though we all know about her. So she is Mrs. Vinita, our care companion from South team. And also she is associated with 4-Ways Care since 2022. So Vinita, my first question is that for you, there are many other organizations who really works very hard for the genomic solution and genetic testing. But here in 4-Ways Care, you are working as a care companion. But we have never heard about this term care companion for any other organizations who are probably working in the same field. So can you please help us to understand what makes your role different here?
Sure. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Jayatri. As Jayatri said, I'm Vinita, care companion. So as a care companion, we have created a support system whereas and try to understand the needs of cancer patients and caregiver. Not only that, here genetic counseling, even also the diet consultation and oncology consultation, trying to help the cancer patients in all the ways, support them, and it will really take out the stress, relax them, and I will be, for all this, I'll be the only point of contact for patients.
Thank you, Vinita, for explaining the entire process of your work in such a brief and crisp word. So what I understood that it's not only about the genetic counseling but also the dietary consultation and psycho-oncology counseling you handle for the cancer patients and the caregivers. Also, you are the only single point of contact for the patients, is it?
Yes.
Thank you, Vinita. So I have another question. As you said that you help them to provide, a treatment which is very holistic care, we call it. So, and you also interact with patients always as a single point of contact. So, as per your understanding, not only these 3 services that you explained, but what else also can be provided to the patients?
Okay. Currently, 4-Ways Care is trying to partner with other organizations, such as general medicine, and palliative care services, crowdfunding, and etc. So we hope that in future, 4-Ways Care will be and can be the only one-stop solution for all kinds of patients.
Thank you everyone present in the panel for your amazing and inspiring and motivational answers, I must say. So, now we will ask the audiences. Feel free to ask any questions to either Sheenu ma'am or Vinita or Anjan Kumar. So any questions from the participants, please?
Yeah, so one question for Sheenu ma'am here. Ma'am, we know that cancer is a very costly disease. So I want to know from your side, so what are the difficulties you faced in this cancer journey? So, and what are the difficulties you faced and how you overcome those difficulties?
Yeah, as you rightly said, it is the journey, cost-wise, the medicine cost and all, it is probably everybody cannot, nowadays I think there are a lot of people who are losing life because they are not able to afford the treatment, because the medicines and all are, or everything, most of that now, what I am also taking, it's a hormone injection and then a new drug which is slowly coming to Bangalore. Not many doctors are still using it. So, that way, if you see, the cost of the treatment is very high. So that was one initial thing. But then now, since we have this insurance and other things, we are able to manage with it. And then there are a lot of other hurdles are that every day we have to, I mean, before we go to the doctor, we have to be updated with all the test results. We have to do so many blood tests, and each time we go. Now, since I go every month to the doctor, I have a follow-up every month. So then all these are difficulties which we always face to. Then once you are diagnosed with cancer, okay, probably we can't be free enough running around to take care, because all these drugs what we take, it's all having a lot of side effects. Now in my case itself, since I am using this hormone treatment, what happens is bones become weak. So I have to take the bone strengthening injection also every month to keep my bones strong. So all that is, these are all the hurdles probably. Then probably when we go out and all, the food at times, not every time we have to take care of the food, what we drink, eat, and the water, all like that small things. But we have to be cautious, not like when we are, when before being diagnosed with it, when we are free, no, you can't be that way. These are all the hurdles, I think.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Any other question from?
Yes, one more.
Hi, thank you so much for coming over here and sharing your experience. My question to you is that Rita just mentioned that apart from the test, BA4-based care also provided you the genetic counseling, the diet counseling, and the psychological counseling. How did it help you through the journey? How did these counseling sessions help you in the journey?
Actually, I have taken the dietitian because I was gaining a lot of weight after taking these drugs. So I had taken one counseling with the dietitian from Four-Base Care. So when she gave me the diet plan as to what, so I think that has been helping me to at least reduce my weight. And psychology also, they will give you solutions, when we are down, so they'll give you at least when somebody talks to you itself, when they call and regularly check on you itself, that is itself such a, that there is somebody you can always look up to, So that way it was very supportive.
Ma'am, I can just ask Lamini.
Yeah,
so just out of curiosity, you stay in Hoskote side of Bangalore,
yes,
and Sarkis hospital is all the way the other side of Bangalore.
Yes.
How did you choose that hospital?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was almost 1.5 to 2 hours due to this traffic. But then initially first I had gone for the treatment to HCG. That was where I did my first PET scan and everything. But then there I found it too crowded, and it was even the cost wise also it was little expensive and all those things. So then one of our family friend who was already treating in Baptist, she referred me about Dr. Saro. So that's how we went there. And when I'm very happy with my doctor and the treatment, I fully believe in her, because a lot of people were suggesting, why don't you go for, there are a lot of other Ayurveda and all those things. So but then I am happy with this. So then I'd like to continue with this only. So that's why I reached there.
Just a second comment, not a question. Your positivity is actually rubbing off. So thanks for being super positive. And that's something that if there is one outcome that I want from today's discussion is that we have to be super positive in whatever we do. So cancer probably historically has been the most dreaded thing that anyone can hear about. If ma'am can be positive in cancer, being diagnosed with cancer, I'm sure we should be positive with whatever we do. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
So when it comes to distance wise, ma'am is traveling to Hoskote to Baptist. Okay.
Yeah.
But, yesterday also we picked one sample that is from Dodbalapura. Patients are traveling from there, and there are last month also we picked some Chintamani and Malu, Bulbaga, like that. There are many patients, especially the Baptists. Earlier, a couple of years back, the patient load was very low. After joining this team, so people are believing in more, and that loads, the number of patients also being increasing more, only based on the quality of the report, treatment, and as well as the affordability. So there we can say that in our side of the Bangalore, whatever the other side, out of Bangalore area also, there are most of the people are coming to Baptist and they're taking the good treatment.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, especially with the warrior comment. But I have a very general question. I see that you have a lot of knowledge about what was happening inside of you that most of, I think, us only talk about like cells metastasizing to your bones, what kind of treatment you're taking, and your PET scan results and everything. So, do you think that more than being aware of the detection and whatever has happened, do you think knowing about the disease, that this is what I'm going to get, this is how the disease is going to go, and all that, was it out of your personal interest, or did you get it from our support team or the doctors, or a combination of both? And the follow-up question to that is, do you think knowing that will also be a part of awareness and evading the fear that most people have while they are battling cancer?
Okay. No, I can tell what I like to tell is actually when initially when I got diagnosed the previous day before I went to the doctor, I had got the MRI reports. So it is through that only I got to. So all over there it was mentioned that lymph node lesions are there. So immediately there is our Google doctor. So I went through what is this lymph node lesions, and then that before going to the doctor I understood, okay, this this is it. So then I think if you are aware as to what is happening and how the treatment is going to be, I think you will be a little more cool. Okay, this is what is going to happen. There is no fear when, before getting a chemo, we have only heard, okay, this is how it is going to be. They are giving you through the injection kind of thing they will be giving you. But once you are aware how is it done, I think you can face it more easily, and the courage. And again, if the doctors, if they also keep you in the loop, I think it is always better only. There's nothing to hide and run away. Okay, that is not the end. Because one thing what we have to understand, one simple logic what I have taken to my this is, if at all there is a day for everybody, so then there is no need to fear. Even if we are destined, the day is there. So even when we are sitting simply also, or just walking on the road also, it's not because of cancer you have to die, nothing like that. So that way if you take things positively, I think you can battle it easily. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Okay. Then one more question. So you are now enrolled in a 4-base care for this genomic test, and from your side, what are the more expectation you're looking like for this company? What more service can be provided for you from our side? So if you tell us that any other services would you like to get it from us? So if you tell us, so it will be happy for ourselves to implement those things.
It's like a suggestion from your end what we need to
Okay, like that. I'd like to talk to Vinita once. That is the thing which otherwise, dietitian also, we can always get feedback from them also, But then, yeah, as you said, that is the thing which I would like to have.
You're not hesitant, ma'am. Feel free to ask whatever. This is our
No.
experience. This is required
No,
for
for
us.
us to learn what yes you need in your journey so that
Okay.
people like us can do it. Obviously outside the clinical side, not the clinical part, but what else can we help you? We'll be more than happy to figure out.
Of course, nobody will be perfect. No? There are some.
Everybody is having
We will
flaws.
get it done in corrected in next week.
Okay.
You can suggest us for.
No, frankly speaking, I don't know what are the other, not, I know about Vanita, what, then the psychologist and,
We don't know. I mean, so Vinita is the person
Ha, ha.
who did everything.
okay.
But
No, other than that, what, I'm not very,
outside, I mean, outside what you know about food-based care, as a cancer patient, what are the kind of supports that you seek outside the clinic? I mean, not from the doctors, not from the family. Do you seek some other things? So, for example, just you mentioned, right, that information about cancer that you started on Google. What else can we do? Should we be creating information? Should we be creating, say, very recently we created like a community where patients can talk to each other. What else do you think we should be doing so that any cancer patient can be supported, not just
okay. Yeah, I think Adri, when I was going through that website, that questionnaire where people share, that is all good thing. In your website, I had seen, but other than that, no.
So if you ever come to
I will definitely, if I get back, I will get back to you. Thank you.
any other question?
I just want to ask something which you mentioned some time back. It's more in terms of spirituality. So, how useful was being spiritual for you in the journey?
Okay. I would like to tell that one of the strength for me to face all this is a lot of once when everybody got to know that I've been diagnosed with because it was during that COVID season, not many got to know initially because that time visiting people were not there. So most of them did. Once all that was slowly, when people got to know that, I was like, covered with prayers. That lot of people used to pray regularly, and when they meet me, they used to tell, hey, you are always there in our prayer list. That is, and then I strongly believe that it is. If I am sitting here today, it's because only of God's grace, purely. Because in this journey, I can always tell that I have not undergone a lot of pain. Probably the hardships were there. But then, because of everybody's prayers and God's grace, I was able to face that. That's the thing I would like to mention.
Anyone else from the audience? Do you like to ask any question to your mother?
So, does anyone want to ask a question?
So thank you everyone for your answers. So now let's give us some time to share a very small gift, a token of appreciation from our CEO Shikit sir to our cancer survivor, cancer warrior. This is Shinu Jacob.
So we have actually given Cancer Warrior Award.
Okay.
We probably will invite you to some other discussions, if not physical, online.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll put someone on spot. Who should I put someone on spot to understand their learning from? So maybe the Vishwa and then Satya. You want to share what's your and ma'am, you also you want to understand. Sure. Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, so let me say about cancer survivor and about cancer patient. My mother was one of the cancer patients. So I could totally relate the entire journey of a cancer patient. And I was really happy to see that how positive you are. Trust me, this is the most amazing thing that I felt about today, that how positively you responded everything, how you were totally following up to the every treatment that you're having, and I see the wonderful smile of yours, and I'm like, this is the blessing that we are literally, we are blessed to see this smile that you're holding today, and this is the best inspiration that we all could get here, that this is what we are working for.
Thank you.
I mean, as the Krishna said, like all the research and all the work we do, it's coming with a smile out. Like, it's a kind of a proud moment for us, and it inspires us more, it motivates us more to do some good work. Also, I come from a family where my grandfather was diagnosed with bone cancer, and then also my nana. He also passed away last year due to a unknown cancer. So I'm actually researching on that also. So it gives me immense pride and motivation to see you later. Thanks.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, you can hear.
Audible, I guess. Yeah. My name is Rupa. I'm not from POV now. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm audible.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, I'm new to POV care. I have no idea what it is. I did a research. Yeah, I know about oncology, sequencing. Yeah. This cancer is something new. I don't know about it. We are blessed, I guess. We don't have anybody in the family. But what I wanted to know from you is, how do you fight it? How did you come back? And I'm listening to you throughout the session. You are amazing. The kind of positivity you have, because it's here. Yeah. It's here and the surrounding that you create for yourself, right? And that is amazing. And I want to thank you for this food-based company and helping out treating cancer patients. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Give to Alan.
Okay. yeah, I'll just take it. Thank you. Congratulations on your 5th anniversary.
Thank you. Again, ma'am, thanks for the inspiration.
Thank you for inviting me.
Again, so we are wanting to learn more from you, and we want to figure out, like I said, figure out how can we help you.
Okay, I will.
Better, please.
Yeah, I will get back to you.
Just share whatever you feel.
Okay.
Thanks again.
Thank
you, everyone. Thanks.
So the event is not yet over. So first of all, we would like to thank everyone for their presence, and we would like to start from surely Focus Care for giving us the opportunity and for organizing such a very strong and impactful event where ma'am was there, and also she was explaining so nicely about her life's journey when she was a patient till now when she was a warrior. And also I would like to extend my thanks to our co-founder, Kshitij sir. We all know that Kshitij sir is probably not here with us today because he is traveling outside, but yes, for their wonderful support so that we are now able to arrange such a very good event in within just a couple of days. So thank you sir for that as well, because their vision and dedication is really helping us a lot to bring together all the cancer community, the cancer patients, the caregivers, and also it is really helping us to understand that their life challenges during the cancer treatment, and not only that, they can also come to us to share their stories so that other people can be inspired as well. So yes, and finally I would like to thank the Beehive employees, all of them, okay, because yes, probably we can share our experience with us, with others later. Without their support and participation, I really do not feel that our work would have been done.
Yes,
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, you wanna say something? Yeah, I wanted to say that I'm from a different background. Ours is an Italian school of fashion, art, and design. But we are also into CSR, we also do health. And when some meetings like this happen, I just wanted to know more about it. It's a nice platform where you know about different industry, what they are doing. It's more about collaborating. You see there are synergies and how can we work and help each other. That's the whole motive that I'm here, and I wanted to be a part. I wanted to congratulate you,
Thank you.
yeah, and your son is a lovely, sweet boy. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
And finally, again, we are yet not over again, ma'am, and Alain, you. So, thanks a lot to both of you.
Thank you.
And Anjan. And Anjan as well. And Vinita for being in today's chairs and explaining your experience. It was really mesmerizing and enlightening for all of us. From my side, I really want to say that this is really going to help us to be more courageous in future and to see our life differently, probably in future. And again, thanks all of you, and we wish that with all your support, we will start and also we will continue organizing such events in near future as well, next year. Thank you everyone.
Thank you.